Welcome to Canada, a land of red maple forests, majestic mountains, and cities that glow with hospitality. Canada is a symphony of nature and culture, where sparkling lakes tell the story of the land and the multi-ethnic streets echo with laughter. Let your soul wander in the forests of British Columbia, where the waves of the Pacific Ocean mingle with the winds of the Rockies. Canada is home to creative minds like Margaret Atwood and Quebec folk songs. From ice festivals to cozy meals with maple syrup, Canada beckons with its sincerity. This journey will take you across vast prairies, rugged coastlines, and vibrant communities. Canada is not just a destination, but an experience that awakens the senses, where every moment is a mosaic of beauty and harmony. Bring an open heart, and let Canada tell you a story of resilience, diversity, and love for nature. From the northern lights of the Yukon to the historic districts of Montreal, Canada welcomes you with warm arms. Welcome! Canada is waiting for you to discover its wonders. If you love exploring new lands, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment to share your feelings. Canada, the world's second largest country, covers 9.98 million square kilometers, occupying the entire northern part of North America. Bordered by the United States to the south, the Atlantic Ocean to the east, the Pacific Ocean to the west, and the Arctic Ocean to the north, Canada is a bridge between the oceans. Ottawa, the capital, is 5,600 kilometers from London and 10,300 kilometers from Tokyo, placing Canada in a strategic position. With three coastlines totaling 243,042 kilometers, from Newfoundland to British Columbia, Canada boasts a diverse geography. To the west, the majestic Rockies separate the plains from the Pacific coast. To the east, the rugged Maritimes hug the Atlantic Ocean. To the north, Arctic islands like Baffin are where the aurora borealis lights up the sky. Canada has 10 provinces and 3 territories, from French-rich Quebec to the wild Yukon. Canada's location has shaped its history, from Indigenous trade routes to modern ports like Vancouver. Toronto Pearson International Airport and the Port of Halifax are global gateways. Canada's climate ranges from frigid -30 degrees Celsius winters in Winnipeg to mild 25 degrees Celsius summers in Victoria. The St. Lawrence River and Great Lakes are economic lifelines, connecting the interior to the world. Its geography brings cultural diversity, with European, Asian, and Indigenous influences. Canada is a crossroads of nature and people, inviting visitors to explore from vibrant cities to endless wilderness. Canada's natural landscape is a majestic symphony where forests, mountains, and seas blend together. Alberta's Banff National Park, with its turquoise lakes like Lake Louise, is a hiker's and skier's paradise. British Columbia's Great Bear Rainforest is home to rare Kermode bears and ancient cedars. Lake Superior, the largest of the 5 Great Lakes, sparkles amid maple forests. The Canadian Arctic, with its Kutnerpag National Park, offers icy landscapes and wild caribou. Newfoundland's coastline, with its cliffs and humpback whales, is ideal for kayaking. Gros Morne National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, features fjord-like coves and ancient fossils. The hot springs of Radium, British Columbia, offer a relaxing escape amid the mountains. Canada protects its natural landscape through conservation areas, such as Nahanni in the Northwest Territories, home to the majestic Virginia Falls. In the fall, Quebec's forests are ablaze with red and gold, while in the winter, Whistler becomes a ski paradise. Conservation programs in Manitoba save polar bears. With more than 40 national parks, Canada is committed to preserving biodiversity. The Yukon's aurora borealis, with its dancing green lights in the sky, is a must-see. Every landscape, from the Manitoba prairies to the Cape Breton cliffs, is an invitation to explore Canada's untouched beauty. Canadian culture is a diverse tapestry, woven from Indigenous, European, and global heritage. Indigenous peoples, such as the Cree and Inuit, tell ancient stories through totem carving and powwow drumming. Quebec, with its French influence, offers Quebecois folk songs and theaters like Place des Arts. In Toronto, Chinatown and Little Italy are where Asian and Italian cultures come together. Crafts, such as Haida weaving in British Columbia, showcase craftsmanship. Museums like the Canadian Museum for Human Rights in Winnipeg explore the history of multiculturalism. Canadian culture comes alive in Montreal's coffee houses, where poetry and jazz abound. Indigenous festivals, like the Sun Dance in Saskatchewan, preserve spiritual traditions. Nova Scotia's British influence is evident in Ceilidh dances. Canada preserves its culture through schools that teach Indigenous languages like Ojibwe. Young artists, like the band Arcade Fire, combine folk with indie rock to create a modern sound. Wendigo folktales are told at mountain festivals. Canadian culture is a melting pot, from Inuit paintings in Nunavut to film festivals in Vancouver. Visitors can take woodcarving or Indigenous dance classes and experience diversity. Canadian culture is a journey through unity, where each community adds a color to the country's vibrant mosaic. Canada's 40 million people are the heart of the country, known for their friendliness and diversity. Comprising Indigenous peoples, Europeans, Asians, and many other ethnicities, Canada is a melting pot. In Vancouver, people live active lives, cycling along the coast or enjoying sushi. In rural Manitoba, farmers share stories over communal meals. Hello or bonjour are heard everywhere, from Toronto markets to Inuit villages in Iqaluit. Canadians love harmony, often coming together at festivals or hockey rinks. Many work in technology, agriculture, and tourism, with Waterloo startups leading the way in AI. In the countryside, traditions like maple syrup making and basket weaving are alive. Canadians are proud of their heritage, with children learning native folk songs and elders telling stories about pioneers. Immigrant communities, from Jamaica to Punjab, bring in foods like jerk chicken and butter chicken. Organizations like the United Way support communities, demonstrating a sense of togetherness. Canadians love nature, often hiking or skating on lakes. Their gentle sense of humor warms every conversation. From Newfoundland fishermen to Montreal artists, Canadians make visitors feel at home, turning every trip into a journey of friendship. Canadian women are leaders, combining grace and strength to shape the country. In British Columbia, they lead organic wine co-ops that support local economies. Figures like author Margaret Atwood have made a name for themselves in world literature, while female scientists in Toronto are pioneers in medical research. In the Yukon, Indigenous women like Angela Code teach younger generations the art of reindeer skinning. Canadian women keep traditions alive with quilting and poutine-making classes. Organizations like Women in Leadership support women in starting businesses, from boutiques to tech companies. At festivals, women lead metis dances and prepare traditional dishes. They are also pioneers in environmental protection, such as polar bear conservation projects in Churchill. Canadian women's style, from Indigenous sweaters to modern fashion in Montreal, exudes confidence. In politics, people like Chrystia Freeland are a strong voice. Women in Nova Scotia craft sea glass and sell it internationally. Educational programs in Calgary teach young women about technology and art, connecting the past to the future. Canadian women are storytellers, inspiring through their creativity, resilience, and love of their homeland, enriching the country's cultural landscape. Canadian festivals are vibrant murals where music, tradition, and community come together. The Calgary Stampede, dubbed the greatest outdoor show on earth, features rodeos and country music. Toronto's Nude Blanche transforms the city into a nighttime art gallery. In Quebec, Carnival de Quebec brightens winter with snow castles and ice boat races. Saskatchewan's powwow celebrates Indigenous culture with drumming and traditional costumes. Vancouver's Christmas markets sparkle with lights, crafts, and maple syrup. Montreal's Jazz Festival draws global artists with its vibrant tunes. Ottawa's Tulip Festival, celebrating friendship with the Netherlands, lights up the capital with millions of flowers. Heritage-preserving festivals feature youth learning Inuit songs. Visitors can participate in lantern making or sample sweet beaver tail. Sustainable events, like the Forest Festival in British Columbia, use recycled materials. The Banff Film Festival celebrates nature filmmakers. Each festival bridges communities, from Indigenous to immigrant, bringing joy and togetherness. From outdoor concerts to parades, Canadian festivals invite you to immerse yourself in the diversity and vitality of the country. Canadian cuisine is a journey through rich flavors that reflects the country's diversity. Poutine, fries topped with cheese curds and gravy, is a Quebec icon. In Nova Scotia, poached lobster with melted butter is a must-try. Maple tarts, sweetened with maple syrup, are our favorite dessert. The prairies offer bannock, an indigenous bread baked over an open fire. Markets like Vancouver's Granville Island are filled with smoked salmon and artisan cheeses. Labrador tea, foraged from the wilderness, is a traditional Inuit drink. Canadian cuisine emphasizes local ingredients, with farms supplying Alberta beef and Ontario strawberries. Vegetarian dishes like lentil salad are increasingly popular. Toronto eateries serve dim sum and jerk chicken, reflecting the diversity. Visitors can learn to make Nanaimo pancakes in cooking classes. Canadian cuisine draws on French, British, and Asian influences, with pho and fish and chips coexisting. Montreal restaurants innovate fusion dishes, like kimchi-infused poutine. Each dish tells a story about the land and its people, inviting you to savor the warmth of Canada in every bite, from seafood feasts to hot cups of tea by the fireplace. Canada's history is a book of exploration and integration. Indigenous peoples, such as the Inuit and First Nations, have lived here for thousands of years, creating rich cultures. In the 16th century, the French and British arrived, establishing colonies like Quebec and Nova Scotia. The 1759 War on the Plains of Abraham shaped the British influence. Canada became a united nation in 1867, with 4 original provinces. In the 19th century, the Transcontinental Railway connected the country, spurring immigration from Europe and Asia. World War II cemented Canada's place on the world stage. Monuments like the Fortress of Louisbourg tell the story of colonization. Indigenous history is preserved through cultural centers in Winnipeg. Canada faces challenges ranging from reconciliation with Indigenous peoples to building a multicultural society. Museums like the Canadian Museum of History in Gatineau display everything from Inuit kayaks to colonial memorabilia. Canadian history is alive through reenactments, like the Battle of Fort York. Educational programs teach children about the numbered treaties and immigration heritage. Canada learns from history to build an inclusive society, with projects commemorating Indigenous peoples. Canada's history is a testament to resilience, transforming a vast country into a symbol of diversity and unity, inviting visitors to explore its heritage. Ottawa, Canada's capital, is an elegant city where history and modernity come together. With a population of 1 million, Ottawa sits on the Ottawa River, bordering Quebec. The UNESCO-listed Rideau Canal sparkles in the summer and becomes the world's longest skating rink in the winter. The Parliament buildings, with their Peace Tower, are a symbol of democracy. Cafes in the Biowood Market serve beaver tails and artisan coffee. Ottawa is a cultural hub, with the National Museum of Canada showcasing Indigenous art. Gatineau Park, near the center, is a great place to hike and see the maple leaves. The Biowood Market is filled with fresh produce and artisanal goods. Ottawa is the political center, with government offices and embassies. Events like the Tulip Festival and Canada Day attract millions of visitors. Ottawa is easy to explore with its public bike system. Majors Hill Park offers spectacular views of Parliament. Ottawa is also a tech hub, with startups in Canada. Ottawans, from civil servants to artists, share a sense of pride in the city, making every visit a journey through history and innovation, where you can feel the pulse of Canada, from the quaint streets to the lush parks. Sustainable tourism is Canada's commitment to protecting nature and cultural heritage. With more than 40 national parks, such as Jasper, Canada protects species such as moose and snowy owls. Resorts in Whistler use geothermal energy and recycle water. Vancouver Island has beach cleanup programs, with visitors participating in seal conservation. Indigenous tours in Haida Gwaii teach totem making and support communities. The Via Rail system, which runs on electricity, connects Toronto and Vancouver without causing pollution. Initiatives such as Clean Rockies encourage visitors to clean up trash on trails. Halifax markets sell organic food, reducing environmental impact. Canada preserves its culture through Indigenous village restoration projects in Manitoba. Banff ski resorts use renewable energy. Visitors can help protect whales in Tofino or plant trees in Ontario. Festivals like EcoFest in Victoria use recycled materials. Cooperatives in Saskatchewan produce organic wool crafts, creating jobs. Canada partners with WWF to protect polar bears. Sustainable tourism in Canada balances experiences with responsibility, ensuring that the lakes and mountains remain magnificent. Every trip is an opportunity to help preserve the beauty of Canada, from its forests to its vibrant cities. Canadian architecture is a journey through time, from Indigenous longhouses to modern skyscrapers. The Huron-Wendat village in Quebec, with its traditional wooden houses, tells the story of Indigenous life. The Halifax Fortress in Nova Scotia is a relic of British colonial times. In Toronto, the CN Tower, the tallest in the Western Hemisphere, is a symbol of innovation. Montreal's Gothic Notre Dame Cathedral sparkles with stained glass. Prince Edward Island's red-roofed farms offer rustic beauty. Vancouver is a hub for green architecture, with buildings like the One Wall Centre powered by renewable energy. Ottawa's Centre Block, with its clock tower, is a symbol of democracy. Canada preserves its heritage through restoration projects, like the Old Quebec Quarter. Classrooms in Victoria teach Indigenous building techniques. Modern architects, like Arthur Erickson, design buildings that blend with nature. Every building, from churches in Newfoundland to skyscrapers in Calgary, tells a story of innovation. Visitors can explore forts or tour sustainable buildings, feeling the blend of history and future in Canadian architecture, where the past and innovation shine together. Music and art are at the heart of Canada, from Metis folk songs to the paintings of Emily Carr. Toronto's Roy Thompson Hall is the stage for symphonic and indie rock concerts. In Nunavut, ancient Inuit songs echo through festivals. Canadian art shines with Indigenous paintings at the McMichael Museum, while the Canadian Museum of Fine Arts in Ottawa showcases the work of Lauren Harris. Vancouver's art gallery combines contemporary art with tradition. Communities in Alberta maintain the art of Indigenous drumming, with classes open to visitors. Canada supports young artists through programs at the Banff Centre that encourage experimental painting and music. Theatres like the Stratford Festival in Ontario present plays from Shakespeare to modern times. Toronto's TIFF Film Festival celebrates Canadian directors. Crafts, like Inukshuk carvings, are preserved through cooperatives. Sustainable art projects use recycled materials for sculptures. Canadian music and arts bridge the gap between tradition and creativity, inviting visitors to take part in painting classes or outdoor concerts and feel the pulse of an ever-evolving nation where every note and brushstroke tells a story. Canada is moving toward a sustainable and innovative future, balancing heritage and progress. The government aims to reach 90% renewable energy by 2030, with wind farms in Nova Scotia and hydroelectric power in Quebec. Projects like Green Banff promote forest conservation, with visitors participating in tree planting. Rural tourism is on the rise, with Saskatchewan villages offering farming experiences. Virtual reality technology allows visitors to explore Jasper National Park from afar. Vancouver academies train young people in ecotourism and technology. Canadian culture conquers the world with exhibitions in Paris and music festivals in Sydney. Digitization projects archive Haida folk songs, ensuring heritage lives on. Canada partners with UNESCO to protect heritage sites like Old Quebec. Cooperatives in Manitoba produce organic leather crafts, supporting the local economy. Initiatives like Montreal streetcars reduce tourism emissions. Canada invests in education, with programs that teach children about Indigenous history and the environment. Tech festivals like C2 Montreal attract global innovators. Canada's future is a journey of harmony, where nature, culture, and creativity shine together, inviting the world to explore a nation that is always moving forward. Canada is a love song where maple forests, the Rockies, and hospitable people touch your heart. From the vibrant streets of Toronto to the peaceful villages of Prince Edward Island, every moment is a stroke of beauty and diversity. The music of Joni Mitchell, the literature of Alice Munro, and the hospitality of Canadians create a country that is irresistible. Canada teaches you to appreciate history through ancient forts and to love nature through sparkling lakes. Canada's unwavering commitment to sustainability ensures these wonders endure. Whether you see the Northern Lights in the Yukon, enjoy poutine in Quebec, or dance at a powwow, Canada gives you a piece of its soul. When you leave, you take with you the sunset over the Great Lakes, the taste of maple syrup, and the rhythm of an Indigenous dance. Canada is not just a trip, it is a feeling, a connection to a loving and creative country. Come and let Canada embrace you with the warmth of its people, the beauty of its nature, and the vitality of a nation that endures. Welcome to Canada.